Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night, and of course, you have tuned into CPS News with Jesse and Brent, and we are the news that speaks your language, and for that matter, the only English language news in all of Bahía de Banderas. So good for us, and good for you, and good for everybody. How you doing, Jesse?
I'm good.
Did you enjoy all that goodness? I'm so full of glee today. I don't know why.
It's so great. I'm very good, very happy. You know, Puerto Vallarta, Bahía de Banderas is still filled up with a lot of national tourism mostly. I hope you're having a fantastic time. We're beginning Easter week, and hopefully, you know, you have a fantastic one. We have a lot of information to share with you, so stay with us. We're going to be here for an hour, and we have a lot of really cool stuff that you are gonna love.
Absolutely. Man, we're perky today. It must be the Easter holiday. Hopefully you're not caught in traffic and you're by your television. And with that, it is time for the headlines, so let's go.
President Sheinbaum heads to Nuevo Vallarta for National Banking Convention at Visita. Holiday DUI crackdown in Bahia. Hefty fines and jail time for drunk drivers this Easter. Spike in fake bills and credit card fraud hits our area after Easter holiday rush. Stay tuned for the very first My Destination segment. In sports news, Sayulita surfer Heriberto Martinez advances to World Surf League semifinals in Brazil. And finally, make sure to stay tuned for Voices of Vallarta as Brent features the Vallarta Garden Club. Find out more about these stories, this week's events, and more on the one-hour edition of CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language.
In our first story tonight, it's big news for Bahía de Banderas. President Claudia Sheinbaum is coming to town. Sheinbaum is going to be in Nueva Vallarta this May 8th and 9th to take part in the 88th National Banking Convention, hosted at the luxurious Vedanta Resort. This high-profile event will bring together the biggest names in Mexico's banking world, all under one roof to talk about the future of finance in our country. The theme this year, the role of banking in national development. And President Sheinbaum is expected to speak out about something that affects all of us, the potential to lower interest rates on bank loans and provide stronger support for small and medium-sized businesses. She'll be joined at the inauguration on May 8th at 5 p.m. by key financial leaders from across the area: Bank of Mexico, the president of the Mexican Banking Association, the Secretary of Finance, and a representative from the National Consumer Protection Agency. But it's not all about business, as the convention will also feature dynamic panels with experts from the Mexican Institute for Competitiveness and specialists in cybersecurity and finance. Oh, and wait, for those who like to mix business with fitness, who doesn't, there's even a 5K race planned as part of the official agenda, so you can cover your banking and your fitness all at the same time. Love it. All right, so if you're in Bahía de Banderas this May, keep your eyes open for this gathering, as it could shape the financial future of Mexico, and it's all happening right here in our backyard. Thank you so much to Israel Torres for this first story tonight.
All right, and now let me tell you, about the fires going on here in Puerto Vallarta. As of March 2025, Bahía de Banderas has been hit by more than 100 fires, most of them happening during the dry season. Javier Esparza Garcia, head of the Civil Protection Unit, shared that the situation became especially serious in early April. In just the first week, there were 12 fires reported, followed by another 10 the next week, almost 2 fires a day. Most of the fires have broken out along the coast, but urban areas haven't been spared either. Up in the mountains, the fires have been fewer, but have spread across large areas, burning up several areas. So the main causes are trash burning, electrical failures, and agricultural burns that got out of hand. Thankfully, there have not been any fatalities, but there have been quite a bit of material damage. Esparza Garcia is urging everyone to be extra cautious, avoiding risky activities, and that can go a long way toward protecting both property and lives during this critical time. The civil protection team is staying busy, working closely with local authorities to control the situation and prevent further damage to the community. Thank you so much, Israel Torres, for all of this information. And next up, we have Joe telling us about what our area is doing to curb drunk and impaired driving during the holiday. Let's listen.
If you're planning to celebrate Holy Week and Easter in Bahía de Banderas, think twice before getting behind the wheel after drinking. It could cost you more than just your safety. Local authorities are reminding vacationers that fines for driving under the influence can range from 5,500 to 11,500 pesos, and that's before adding in vehicle impound fees or time behind bars. Cristobal Esparza Garza, head of the local civic court, issued the warning as part of the municipality's efforts to prevent fatal accidents and reduce alcohol-related incidents during the busy holiday travel period. According to the law, any driver who registers between 0.4 and 0.65 milligrams of alcohol per liter of air in a breathalyzer test is considered over the legal limit and is subject to administrative penalties. Go above that, and it's no longer just a fine. It becomes a criminal matter. Those caught face up to 36 hours in jail, in addition to the fine and the confiscation of their vehicle. Esparza noted that while the government's priority is safety, the goal of enforcement is to raise awareness, not just issue punishments. He added that 4 public safety operations have been carried out so far during this administration, with more likely as the holiday season intensifies. Though officials didn't confirm whether DUI checkpoints will be in effect during the break, they stressed that police will be on alert, especially on highways leading into Bahía de Banderas. Finally, authorities made a special plea to families visiting the area. If you're going to drink, assign a designated driver. The cost of a bad decision could be much higher than anyone wants to pay. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Yeah, don't drink and drive, y'all. It's not worth it. Okay, now that Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas are coming down from a bustling Semana Santa and Easter holiday weekend, local security and commerce officials are raising concerns about a troubling trend that unfolded behind the scenes, and it's a spike in fraud. According to the Metropolitan Alliance for Security and Commerce, reports of counterfeit bills and cloned credit cards surged during the vacation period, as they generally do, prompting for a renewed call for awareness and prevention, especially for businesses that may still be processing holiday-related transactions. During the height of Semana Santa, it's advised that merchants and consumers to closely inspect bills for authenticity, looking for features like watermarks, color shifting elements, and image alignments. Tools such as UV lights and counterfeit detection pens proved especially useful for many vendors in town. Now, for those who did encounter suspicious currency, the recommendation was clear. Ask for a different payment method. If the person refused or turned aggressive, the safest response was to avoid confrontation and alert authorities via 911. A reminder still stands today. If a fake bill slipped past your checks, do not pass it along to someone else. Doing so only fuels a cycle of the financial harm. When it comes to card fraud, several reports also emerged from restaurants, shops, and even online purchases. Okay, so customers are encouraged to continue good habits by ensuring card payments happen in plain view, the way it's done here, and by only using secure websites with that HTTPS and the lock icon. Look for that when you're on websites. Avoiding public Wi-Fi for online purchases and keeping a close eye on bank statements and acting quickly to report unfamiliar charges remain the best forms of protection. It's always to protect yourself. Although the holiday rush has passed, post-Easter activities continue, and AMESYC, which is the organization, urges both locals and visitors to stay vigilant. As they put it, and their quote is, "Prevention is the strongest defense against evolving fraud tactics." Once again, thank you to Israel Torres for that story.
Excellence in design and quality has found its home at Ceramicus Exclusivas. Elevate your space with world-class flooring and wall coverings, imported from Europe and carefully selected for those who seek distinction and perfection. In every detail, discover porcelain tiles with a marble look, offering the beauty of natural stone without stains and with easy maintenance. More space, more inventory, more exclusivity. At Ceramicus Exclusivas, we bring you an unparalleled selection of premium materials, perfect for every project. Visit us at Federación 390, Paseos Universidad Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, or explore our collection online, www.ceramicusexclusivas.com. Don't miss our exclusive offers, subscribe to our newsletter, and get the latest design trends and promotions every month. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more inspiration and updates. Ceramicus Exclusivas. the art of living with distinction.
All right, with that, we're about to go to commercial, but we will be back, so you be sure to come on back with us for CPS News, the news that speaks your language. Welcome back, everybody, and thanks so much for sticking with us. And today, I'm excited to tell you we have a new segment covering something that many people out there are dreaming about: moving to Mexico. I dreamt about it and I did it. And joining us is relocation expert Des, who is the founder of My Destination. Okay, I'm gonna have to practice that over time, but I think I got it. Destination, got it. She's helped hundreds of people move to Puerto Vallarta and beyond, and she is here to break down what changed in 2025 and how to make your move to Mexico the easy way. So Des, what do people need to know if they're thinking about making that move?
Well, thank you, Brett and Jesse, and I am so excited to be here.
I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome to CPS News. Tell us all about this.
Oh man, well, I'm so excited to tell your audience today about how they can move to Mexico the easy way, the way I wish I would have 7.5 years ago when I moved here. So let's talk about immigration in 2025, because things have changed. The RNE residency program that so many people were counting on, it's now paused. To qualify, you must have lived in Mexico since December 31st, 2022, without leaving the country even once. That disqualifies most people, so the RNE program is no longer the go-to strategy that I recommend for my clients. These days, the most common path is through economic solvency, which means that applying at a Mexican consulate in your country, like the USA or Canada, is the best option for you. Most consulates require a minimum of $4,700 per month in income for the last 12 months with verifiable bank statements. The great thing is, this is based on past bank deposits, not future income. However, if you don't meet that income requirement, you might not qualify through that way. So you need to go the savings route. That means a minimum of $72,000 to $81,000, ideally seasoned in your account for a minimum of 12 months. But, and this is very important, not all consulates are created equal. I often will recommend to my clients to use consulates such as Omaha, Houston, Indianapolis, or Denver, and stay away from the harder ones such as San Diego, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Chicago. And here's what I really want to highlight, especially for my clients in the LGBTQ+ community. With everything happening politically worldwide, many people are seeking safety, asylum, dignity, and belonging. And Puerto Vallarta is one of the most LGBTQ-friendly cities in the entire world. We host the largest Pride celebration in Latin America, and our beautiful and vibrant Zona Romantica is full of color, love, and caring support. Here, you are not just tolerated, you are welcomed, seen, and celebrated. What I love the most about my work is this. I get to take every client's current life situation, their income, home, kids, pets, and lifestyle, and I get to ask, what does your Mexican dream actually look like? When you close your eyes and you fantasize about where you're staying and what condo you're living in, are you waking up to ocean views or jungle sounds? Are you near cafes and markets, or in a quiet village with a yard and fresh tropical fruit trees? Then I get to design the perfect customized plan to get you there. I go through and I cross the T's, I dot all the I's, and I clear the path between where you are now and where you want to be. And I get to see the shift in people when the fear melts from their eyes and their faces, and it transforms into excitement, and then they say, wow, I can really do this. And so this, for me, is why I do what I do, why it's so rewarding, and I love my work every single day, helping you move to Mexico the easy way.
Des, thank you so much for that insight. I mean, you can really, truly tell that this is a passion for you. So tell me, how can people find you? How do we, get started?
Yeah, thanks, Jessie. So you guys can find me online with www.mydestination.com, and that's destination with a Z because I'm Des. I offer private relocation consultations, customized neighborhood tours based on your specific needs, and full relocation support covering finding your dream condo to getting Mexican residency and everything you need to move to Mexico the easy way.
That's great. Wow, so that was amazing information. And I even learned a few things because it has changed a little bit over time. I'm going to absolutely practice saying the name of your website. I won't mess that again, but hey, we're on TV Live. Things happen. So welcome to the show. You're a great addition. Thank you so much. And we look forward to a lot more shows with you in the future.
Thank you
for all the info.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Given that, we do need to move on with the news, and I have an unfortunate story we need to share with you about a motorcyclist and a policeman that had an incident a couple days ago. So with that, let's move on to more news and remind everybody, be careful.
A high-speed police chase in Puerto Vallarta's Versailles neighborhood ended in tragedy last Wednesday, April 16th, when an innocent man lost his life, struck and killed by a municipal patrol unit that was in hot pursuit of a suspect. It all began in the early morning hours, when a motorcyclist allegedly fled a sobriety checkpoint, prompting Patrol Unit PT-289 to engage in pursuit. With lights and sirens activated, the officers sped down Niza Street, trying to catch up. But as they reached the intersection of Niza and Vienna, the patrol vehicle slammed into a completely unrelated motorcyclist, someone who just happened to be on his way down Vienna Street toward Avenida Francisco Villa. The impact was devastating. The innocent rider was thrown nearly 30 meters and died at the scene. The patrol unit then lost control, crashing into a parked truck, which was pushed into yet another vehicle, leaving behind a trail of wreckage and significant material damage. The officers involved were injured and taken for medical treatment. Meanwhile, the area was quickly cordoned off as investigators and forensic personnel arrived to begin the painstaking process of determining what went wrong and who is responsible. As this story continues to develop, residents are left shaken, mourning the loss of a life that should never have been caught in the chaos of a pursuit gone wrong. With information from Lupillo Arce Villaseñor, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Okay, time to ask you, are you concerned about your health and your well-being? Well, do not miss the opportunity to take care of yourself with Hospital Hoya, who offers a wide range of top-quality medical services, including comprehensive health checkups, laboratory and imaging services. Of course, you get consultations with medical specialists, 24/7 emergency care, intensive care unit, pediatric unit, and so much more. For more information or to schedule an appointment, just give them a call, 322-226-1010 or 322-226-8181. I have the numbers memorized by now. You should. All right, now stay updated with special offers and promotions by following Hospital Hoya on social media, because your health and your family's is what matters most. Hospital Hoya, committed to your health. Okay, in our next story, Puerto Vallarta's Playa de Holi is officially off limits for now after a surprise visit from some unexpected wildlife guests. Municipal civil protection authorities have closed the beach as a precautionary measure following the confirmed presence of at least 3 crocodiles near the mouth of the Pitial River, which is right next to the popular beach area. Now, in response, officials raised a purple flag signaling dangerous marine life in the area. Now, if crocodiles weren't enough, here comes the jellyfish, or as they call them locally, aguamalas. They were also spotted in the nearby waters. Now, their stings can be painful, especially for kids or those with sensitive skin, which is prompting adding a layer of extra caution. Emergency crews, lifeguards, and environmental personnel have been monitoring the area closely. Their mission, to keep tourists and beachgoers safe, and if necessary, coordinate a safe relocation of the crocodiles to a less populated area. Local authorities are urging everyone, residents and visitors alike, to stay out of the water there and avoid the river mouth, and always follow instructions from lifeguards and the posted beach flags. The purple beach flag will remain flying at Playa Holi until the risk has passed and is safe for swimmers to return. Officials also reminded the public that crocodile sightings near rivers and estuaries aren't uncommon in the region, especially during warmer months, and caution is key for everyone. For now, the beach remains beautiful but off limits as safety takes front seat during this busy travel season. Thank you for this story. Once again, Israel Torres. Okay, our next story, a new gun exchange campaign, which is titled Yes to Disarmament, Yes to Peace, was officially launched this week in Puerto Vallarta, aiming to reduce the number of firearms in homes and promote a culture of peace. This initiative is led by the Mexican Army in collaboration with Puerto Vallarta Citizen Security Department and the local municipal government. Citizens are encouraged to turn in firearms voluntarily at designated public spaces, which include plazas and sports arenas, in exchange for cash and a reward. The process is simple and anonymous. Participants show up, hand over their weapons, and receive a payment once the weapon is reviewed and registered. No questions are asked, no personal information is required, and the firearm is destroyed on site right in front of those present. On the first day of the campaign, 3 people took part and received compensation for the firearms they surrendered. Authorities emphasize that this is a voluntary and non-punitive effort. It's designed solely to increase public safety and remove weapons from circulation. Organizers are urging the community to stay tuned for announcements about upcoming module locations to make it easier for more citizens to participate. So far, no official count has been released regarding the total number of weapons exchanged or destroyed across the country since the national rollout of this campaign. The message from the government is clear. Reducing firearms means saving lives and creating safer neighborhoods, and everyone has a role to play. Thank you once again to Guadalupe Arce for this story.
All right, hand over your guns.
Hand over your weapons. I know, it seems kind of interesting, reviewing that, like, come on in with your guns, and then,
we'll give you money.
Yeah, like, here's the money. Yeah, and they're destroying them on site, which is good. Then we know they're not falling into any weird hands or anything like that. So I was actually surprised to even hear about that story. Is that something that's ever happened in the past in Mexico?
It has happened in the past, I heard. So, there it is again. They're trying to get rid of all the dangerous firearms. So there you have it. Interesting stories, but stay with us because we have an interesting interview coming up. You are gonna love this one.
All right, see you in a minute, everybody, for Voices of Vallarta. Welcome back, everybody, and now it is time for Voices of Vallarta, the guest interview segment with me, of course, but I'm never here alone. Today, we've got the director of the Vallarta Garden Club, and I'm so happy to welcome Sunny Rossi to the set.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in and getting out of the dirt for a minute and dishing up some dirt with me.
That sounds good.
How many garden puns can I do in one segment?
Probably quite a few.
Probably so. So I really want to start off the interview because I'm sure everybody wants to know about Vallarta Garden Club, but you've also recently won an award that you're very proud of. Could you share that and share a little bit about Vallarta Garden Club with our audience?
We did. Just a couple months ago, we won an award for from the city, acknowledging all the work we have done throughout the city with the trees and the plants. And this is the first time that we've won a physical award with acknowledgement from the city in 15 years. So we were pretty proud of it.
Well, and you should be. So congratulations for that, because you guys do so much for the city and how important it is. And as a matter of fact, I've even noticed that you guys have been redoing the planters downtown, right?
We have been. That's been our new project this year. We are redoing, refurbishing, and rebuilding what amounts to about 24 new planters throughout Pasillo Badillo, Insurgentes, and down around Lays.
Wow. So you're very busy, because I also noticed, and we talked about this a little bit on air, that you're in the process right now of revamping La Isla Cual. It's almost done, but it's been challenging.
We started on it 4.5 years ago when it was Isla Cual de los Amigos. Guy Weeks was the founder of that, and I was involved with him in dishing out all of the sand, shoveling out all the sand, and then we decided to start putting planters in. So we started building the planters, and then the Vallarta Garden Club became interested in helping out, and so they started with us, and then it just came to that. They asked me to be president, and we've just continued on. So 4.5 years on the Isla Quali is what we've been doing.
Okay, so 4.5 years on Isla Quali, but how long has Vallarta Garden Club been around and been in existence?
A little over 15 years. Bob Price is the founder. Everybody knows Bob Price, hopefully from Botanical Gardens. So he started the club about 15 years ago, and with their first project, it was, a lot of people don't realize this, but it was the tile garden. The Benito Juarez garden, and starting all the plants and everything there. And then it went from there to Basilio Badillo and starting planters there and on Olis Altus Street.
Nice. So
Pierce Street.
I mean, you guys are super busy, and I don't even know how much time you have to think about the future, but what's next? What are your goals for this year, years to come? What's on that list?
Actually, we've been collaborating with the city. This is the first time the city has really been wanting our help with certain things, and they're asking us to help on the Malakon. So you'll be seeing some new planters, some groupings there that we're going to be collaborating with them on, and some planters that don't have any plants in them up and down the Malakon we're going to be helping with.
So that brings me to another question then. So do you guys mainly focus on downtown Malakon area, or are you also doing plans for like Marina Vallarta, Versailles?
We're not that far out in Marina, but that's a good question because a lot of people think we just do plants. And so, no, we're just not a pretty face. We also have funding that we do different things for in collaboration with other charities. It's very important that people realize that we actually have put a shower in at Vallarta Cares. We put their herb garden in. We actually did all the planters out at Mango Biblioteca, and we painted the swing set there. We've also put in a children's planter at Bougainvillea Primary School. We've also done the planters and helped with renovations at the OPC, and we've given to Rise.
Wow, all right. So I'm blown away by that because we didn't talk about that.
Right.
There is a lot more you do. As a matter of fact, Vallarta, almost everybody you've talked about has been on this show at some point
right.
with me. But Vallarta Cares was just here last week. That's amazing.
I think it's really, really important that the charities work together because we represent a united front to the community, and it's a way of giving back and helping each other.
Gosh, I do love that. That is a great statement, by the way. I love that. So, all right, we've only got about a minute left. So it's important that you have volunteers. It's important that people are involved, and it's important you get donations, and people want to be involved. How can people get involved? What do you need?
We're a approved Mexican charity, so we only exist with donations. And we have memberships, so we do a membership drive, but memberships are typically at about 130 right now this year. We have over 150,000 followers on Facebook, so that's huge, but not everybody signs up to give or to be a member. And it's critically important to make sure that people are donating so that we can continue to do the planter boxes and all the work we do. It costs about $500 to refurbish a brand new box and put the plants in. So yes, please give.
Okay. Well, you heard the message, you heard the ask. I hope that you can do that. I'm so thankful you came in today. And if you haven't looked, VallartaGardenClub.com is the website. It should be on screen here in a minute. Get in touch with Sunny and team. And they're so diverse and so amazing. Thank you so much for being my guest today on Voice of Vallarta.
My pleasure.
See you soon.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter. Okay. With that, thank you so much. We're going to be back next week, of course, with another Voice of Vallarta, so be sure to tune in. And if you want to be a guest, it's super easy. Just submit it on our website. We'll show that to you as well. But we got to move on, and here's Maria with our next story tonight.
A 4-month-old baby boy was found abandoned last week in a shared residential property in Colonia Jardines in Puerto Vallarta. Neighbors discovered the infant wrapped in blankets and seated on a wooden chair in the common courtyard. Concerned for his safety, they immediately called 911, prompting a swift response from municipal police. Upon arrival, officers spoke with a man who identified himself as the child's father. According to his account, the baby's mother, with whom he had had a past relationship, appeared at the residence and left the child without explanation, before quickly departing. The man reported no recent contact with her and said he does not know her current whereabouts. Though he expressed his willingness to care for the baby, the father also shared that he was not in a position to provide proper care at the moment due to his work obligations and lack of support. The police contacted the Patrulla Rosita, a specialized unit focused on supporting women and children. After a conversation with the father, officers persuaded him to visit the local DEEF office's Family Development Agency for support and guidance. The baby was transported in a private vehicle to the DEEF municipal facilities, where his legal and protective status will be assessed. The father reiterated his desire to take full responsibility for the child, but requested institutional assistance to stabilize his situation. He also made it clear that he did not wish to press charges or initiate legal proceedings against the mother. The case is now in the hands of DEEF, which will conduct a full investigation and ensure the child's welfare and safety moving forward. With information from Adolfo Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Thanks for that information, Maria. Now, here's Joe once more with our next story tonight.
A tragic scene unfolded on the morning of Thursday, April 17th, when a man collapsed and died at a bus stop along the road connecting San Juan de Abajo to San Jose del Valle, near the Santa Fe neighborhood. According to witnesses, the man, believed to be between 30 and 35 years old and showing signs of a disability in one arm, was visibly struggling with severe breathing difficulties and a persistent cough. After briefly wandering between nearby businesses, he returned to the bus stop where he suddenly collapsed and died in front of stunned onlookers. Paramedics from the Tactical Medical Attention Group, GAMT, quickly arrived at the scene. But the man had already passed away. His body was covered and the area was cordoned off to allow for an official investigation. Agents from the Nayarit State Criminal Investigation Agency conducted initial inquiries, interviewing witnesses about the events leading up to the man's death. Later, personnel from the medical examiner's office, SEMAFO, transported the body for a full autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. Authorities have not yet released the man's identity, and the investigation remains ongoing. With information from Fernanda Bajorquez, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Okay, if you haven't had enough surprises today and fun, now we have another surprise for you. With a larger set, we have room for more people, and that person is David. And you may be familiar with his voice for some time now, but here he is. He's going to be live and in person to cover our sports segment. So welcome, David, to CPS News for the very first time and covering some sports.
Thanks, Brent, for that.
Absolutely. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, so excited for you to be here to do the sports live in this fantastic set
Great
of
to
hours.
be here. All right.
Tell us all about it.
Thanks, I sure will. Hey everyone, great to be with you, and let me tell you, we've got a lot to celebrate tonight in the world of sports here in Puerto Vallarta and beyond. Let's dive right in. Big news for soccer fans. Puerto Vallarta is officially gearing up for the 2025 edition of the prestigious Copa Jalisco. And this year, we're not just sending one team, we're doubling down. That's right, Vallarta will be proudly represented in both the men's and the women's divisions. Last week, dozens of young male athletes hit the field to fight for a spot on the roster. Leading the men's team this year will be coach Luis Alberto Vasquez Martinez, who's getting the squad ready for their first match on May 17th. And the excitement doesn't stop there. The women's team is also getting ready. Their tryouts are happening this week, led by the experienced Tomas Morales Cabrera. The ladies will make their tournament debut May 31st. Now, quick reminder, Vallarta's women's team is already a powerhouse. They've claimed 3 championship titles and a silver medal in past Copa Jalisco tournaments. So the bar is high. But if anyone's up for the challenge, it's our amazing athletes. We'll keep you posted with the final rosters and match schedules soon. One thing's for sure, Vallarta isn't just participating, we're aiming to win. Go Vallarta! Now, from the soccer fields to the ocean waves, we head over to Sayulita. Sayulita's very own Heriberto Martinez is making headlines internationally. He secured a spot in the semifinals of the World Surf League's qualifying series event in Saquarema, Brazil. Representing Jalisco in national events and coming from the surf capital of Nayarit, Martinez showed incredible focus and consistency against a very competitive field. Remember, the qualifying series is the stepping stone to the Challenger Series, and from there, the ultimate surfer's dream, the Championship Tour. Martinez said after the win, "I'm incredibly grateful to all the people back home in Sayulita and Jalisco who've supported me. This result is as much theirs as it is mine. Wow, such a humble champion. His performance is not just a personal milestone. It's a huge moment for Mexican surfing as more local talent starts to shine internationally. We'll be cheering him on as he rides this momentum into an exciting future. And finally, some track and field news that's bound to make you proud. 4 Puerto Vallarta athletes have qualified to represent Jalisco at the upcoming macro-regional track and field competition, one step away from the 2025 National Olympics. Big shout outs to Hania Ravalcaba, Miriam Ayala, Luis Enrique Ramos, Jose Alejandro Flores. Their amazing performances at the state trials earned them a well-deserved spot at this key event. And let's not forget, none of this would be possible without their dedicated coach, Jorge Luis Miramontes, who's been instrumental in their training and their growth. The macro-regional will gather the best from across the state, and with these athletes representing Vallarta, you can bet we'll be making a strong showing. And that's your look at sports for tonight. From the soccer fields to the surf breaks to the track lanes, Puerto Vallarta is shining bright. I'm David, and I'll keep you updated on all the action as these incredible athletes continue to chase their dreams. That's it for me. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Jesse and Brent, good night to you.
Well, thank you for all that information. I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of baseball information coming soon, and you're going to bring it to us.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
I love having a sportscaster because I want to know more about sports. So get out there, get to the events like I know you like to do, and tell us all about them.
Sure will. See you next time.
All right, so now let's listen to Positively Care Dog Care. Yes, that's the one. Our sponsor is next.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your furry friend while you're away? Positively Perfect Dog Care in Nuevo Vallarta is your dog's home away from home. Think boutique hotel vibes, air-conditioned comfort, cuddles, and so much love. Your pup will enjoy 2 daily walks, playtime, and even get obedience practice. They'll sleep indoors with us like part of the family. Plus, we'll send you daily pics and updates so you don't miss a thing. We also offer 2-week live-in obedience and leash training programs to keep your pup on their best behavior. Message us on WhatsApp at 331-496-3310 or visit positivelyperfectdogcare.com for more details.
Thank you so much. Positively Perfect Dog Care. Not easy for you to say. Not easy for you to say.
Hey, I'm Mexican, okay?
Positively. Yeah, that doesn't translate very well.
It's
but
hard.
You did your best. We love them. We have them on all the time. So thank you. We're positively sure how to say it next time.
Yes, we are, but we have to go on a quick commercial break right now. And when we come back, the event. So get your agenda ready. So it was fantastic, all of the surprises for everyone, sports, destinations, and now events.
Yeah, speaking of events, what'd you do for Easter?
Oh, I went to the garden, what is it called?
Botanical
The
Gardens.
Botanical Garden. It was
Oh.
fantastic. Shout out to everyone out there, especially Chris, Jacobs. Had a fantastic time.
Nice. Found some eggs, hopefully. Okay, now let's go. We're going to move on to our events section, and Barbara's doing it this week, so I can't wait to hear all about it.
Pata Salada Festival 2025 is here. Celebrate the heart of Puerto Vallarta with art, flavor, diversity, and local talent. April 25th to 27th, Park Hidalgo, free admission. Enjoy live music, dance, food, fashion, and community vibes. All are welcome. Don't miss it. Ahoy, Vallarta! The final days to set sail are here. Don't miss your chance to join the legendary pirate adventure. Everyone's raving about it with up to 45% off through May 8th. climb aboard and feast like a buccaneer and experience the magic of the high season. But hurry up, matey, because this offer won't last long. Book now at pirateshipvallarta.com and set sail for fun. Oy! Coming up on May 9th at Coco Cabaret is the Gen X Pats PV Battle of the 2000s Movie Night. The doors open at 6 p.m. and the film starts at 6:45 p.m. sharp. They will be screening The Hangover, which was the top choice from their 64 movie bracket. The night will feature amazing prizes, a photo booth with fun props, a costume contest, come dressed up as your favorite character or in your best Vegas style, and so much more. Enjoy food and drinks for sale, plus some cool vendors and sponsors supporting the Gen X crowd. Grab your tickets now and come early to secure your seat. coco-cabaret.com/movie-night. Celebrate Children's Day at the 33rd Annual Kids Fishing Tournament on Sunday, April 27th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Marina Vallarta. Hang out and have a fun-filled morning with young anglers, and they can test their skills and enjoy a great day by the water. Bring the whole family and create those unforgettable memories. Be part of the Rio Quale cleanup on April 27th at 9 a.m. Meet at Oscar's Restaurant in Puerto Vallarta and help us restore the river's natural beauty. Gloves, trash bags, and water will be provided. Just bring your energy and love for our planet. We can make this difference together. Want to boogie the night away and support a great cause? Then mark your calendar for May 4th from 5 to 10 p.m. at Lázaro Cárdenas Park, where amazing DJs will spin the best hits from the 80s and 90s. This edition features Vallarta Cares, a local group fighting hunger and helping those in urgent need. As a cause-driven event, any monetary support is truly appreciated to keep growing stronger as a community. Don't miss it. It's going to be a night to remember. Puerto Vallarta is always filled with color and tradition. And from May 2nd to May 9th, you get to experience the magic of the 19th Annual Vallarta Azteca International Folklore Festival. Now just imagine dance, music, and culture from different countries all in one place. The details aren't completed yet, but stay tuned. They will reveal the program and the cool location soon. If you want info now, please contact 322-111-9277. Okay, that's a wrap for this week. Stick around for more news.
All right, thanks, Barbara. As we wrap up the Easter holiday period here in Puerto Vallarta, there's some good news to share. Oh yeah, especially for those who love taking a sunset stroll along the Malakon. You might remember that just a couple of months ago, concerned citizens raised their voices about the poor condition of the city's iconic Broadwalk. Broken tiles, damaged benches, exposed wiring, overflowing trash bins. It wasn't pretty, but now, you know that we are in the busiest vacation season of the year. Well, this past week was, and Semana Santa and Easter, of course. And we spotted a lot of people taking action and making this place better. Oh yeah. Last week, our team walked the Malakon once again, and this time we found visible improvements. Crews have been working on general cleanup, replanting, pruning of green areas, and replacing broken furniture. The space looks fresher, more cared for, and much more inviting for the thousands of visitors who've arrived to enjoy the bay. Now, not everything is perfect just yet. Some business owners along the stretch still report poor lighting at night and early morning due to ongoing electrical issues, but the important thing is work has finally begun, and the iconic Malakon is once again showing signs of life and care. Let's not forget the Malakon is more than just a walkway. It's the heartbeat of Vallarta, and a place where locals and visitors connect, enjoy art, music, and the ocean breeze. And it deserves to be kept in great shape, not just during vacation periods, but all year long. So if you haven't visited it in a while, take a stroll, enjoy the view, and celebrate a small but meaningful win for our beautiful city. Thank you so much, Adolfo Torres, for taking a look at this beautiful Malakon. Now, here's Barbara once again with our next story.
Laerta, Jalisco, a hidden paradise just south of Puerto Vallarta. Now that the holiday season has come to an end, many are seeking out the next peaceful getaway. Just south of Puerto Vallarta, Laerta, Jalisco offers a serene escape and its stunning beaches along the Costa Alegre coast. While Puerto Vallarta might be buzzing with tourists, Laerta comes a little bit more quieter, a more relaxed option for those looking to enjoy the natural beauty of the region. During this past holiday season, Laerta saw nearly full occupancy as travelers flocked to see the pristine beaches. The area's mayor, Luis Arrayas, recently visited Puerto Vallarta to promote the region. He underscored the importance of both preserving its natural environment and preserving and improving the tourism infrastructure. While Laerta doesn't yet have the extensive amenities found in Puerto Vallarta, it's quickly becoming a hidden gem for those seeking a quiet escape and stunning natural landscapes. Some of Laerta's breathtaking beaches include Punta Perula, home to the beautiful Isla Cocinas and Tenecatita, an untouched stretch of sand perfect for visitors who enjoy the tranquility of a virgin beach. Other spots like Quereyes and Quereyitos and El Tucuan offer seclusion and the opportunity to enjoy luxury while connecting with nature. The region is also home to the Chamela-Cuixmala Biosphere Reserve, a natural haven for wildlife and eco-tourists. Even though Laerta may not have the same level of infrastructure as larger tourist destinations, the local government is focused on improving services and ensuring that tourism doesn't come at a cost to the environment. The mayor has expressed a commitment to achieving Blue Flag certification, which would guarantee that the beaches are maintained clean and safe. It's ecologically responsible and offers not just beauty, but also peace of mind for visitors. As travelers continue to discover the charm of Laerta after the holiday rush, it's becoming an increasingly popular spot along the Costa Alegre coast. Whether you're looking to escape the crowds or explore pristine beaches, the area is the perfect destination for anyone wanting a quieter and more nature-focused getaway. With information from MGG, Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
Next up, Pirate Ship Vallarta has some fun on the seas for you without all the nasty plank walking. Yes, Castillo Zarena was there, I was there, and I will tell you what happened. This Holly Saturday, Castillo Zarena, the only children's radio show in the entire Bay Area, took to the high seas for an unforgettable adventure aboard Puerto Vallarta's iconic Marigalante pirate ship. Broadcast live on Radiante 98.3 FM, Castillo Zarena invited 9 lucky children, winners of a special radio contest, to experience a day full of excitement. Treasure hunts, snorkeling, kayaking, banana boat rides, and a thrilling pirate show featuring sword fights, cannon blasts, and daring pirates jumping the plank. Families enjoyed delicious food and a day filled with laughter, cheers, and the magic of storytelling, all captured through the power of radio. Castillo Zarena continues to offer an open space for all children of the Bay to speak up, Share their voices and be part of something special every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m., either by tuning into Radiante 98.3 FM or streaming live at radiante.fm. Listeners are encouraged to climb aboard the Marigalante soon. The ship will undergo upgrades and maintenance starting May 8th. The advantage of special discounts available now at pirateshipvallarta.com. Don't miss the chance to live a true pirate adventure while you still can. Thanks so much to all of the pirates at the Marigalante. We all had a blast. Jessie Ruiz, CPS News.
Okay, next up, from April 24th to the 27th, the town of Bucerias Nayarit will host a major regional meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous at the main plaza, bringing together over 200 participants from 5 Mexican states, all united under a single mission to share the message of recovery with those still suffering from alcoholism. Organized into various committees, the event will feature public information meetings throughout the 4 days, focused on topics such as who is an alcoholic, symptoms of the disease, signs of problematic drinking, and AA's path to recovery. These sessions will run for about 90 minutes each and are open to the public with no registration needed prior experience or have attended any other meetings. Anyone who is struggling with alcohol or simply wants to learn more about how AA works is warmly invited. In addition, Al-Anon, a support group for family and friends of those dealing with alcoholism, will also be present to offer guidance and resources. This event's going to take place daily from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. and will close on Sunday with a candlelight ceremony and free food for all attendees. A special session will also be held at the Technological University of Bahía de Banderas, offering educational talks and personal testimonies aimed at raising awareness among students and the wider community. This regional meeting is not only a space for healing and support, but also a chance for people across the region to connect, reflect, and take the first steps towards a better future. For those who wish to attend, volunteer as a sponsor, or simply want more information, please contact the following people. First of all, Jose de Jesus at 322-383-1988, or there's an additional information line, which is 322-224-7573, as well as 329-688-0669. I hope you got all those numbers. Admission is completely free and everyone is welcome. And thank you to our own Jessie Reeves for this very important information.
You're welcome. Wow, great information. Next up, we have Maria with some great nonprofit information coming your way soon, and the interview I had the pleasure to do with David Sabella. And by the way, David, congratulations.
A new chapter in international arts education has begun with the official launch of Sabellox International Incorporated. It's a nonprofit arts education and production theater company founded by acclaimed performer, educator, and visionary David Sabella. The organization was formally registered recently and promises to be a groundbreaking force in both education and production across borders. With a mission to foster excellence in the performing arts, Sabellox International Incorporated will offer educational programs for children and adults alike, focusing on vocal technique, jazz, cabaret, acting, and dance. The organization will also stage concerts, plays, and musicals, collaborating with students, local talent, and an elite group of artist ambassadors from around the globe. This is the real Act 2 of my life, Sabella shared in a passionate statement. If you thought this past year was incredible, fasten your seatbelts. This year is going to be unforgettable. Sabella, whose inaugural season at Act 2 PV Theater in Puerto Vallarta won critical and community acclaim, sees this as just the beginning. The company aims to bridge international artistic communities through education and performance, emphasizing inclusivity, mentorship, and global collaboration. The next step for Sabellox International is crucial: fundraising. As an officially recognized 501c3 nonprofit in the United States and Canada, all donations are tax-deductible, making it an attractive opportunity for private and corporate sponsors, grant makers, and arts supporters. Sabella is actively calling on those with connections to airline sponsors, stage technology companies, Broadway or independent producers, and art philanthropists to join the cause. This work is hard and the need is great, Sabella emphasized. To understand more about the vision and heart behind this major initiative, we asked David 3 key questions. What inspired you to launch Sabellox International at this point in your career?
And in teaching here and teaching the young Mexican national singers, even the other singers who come from other places for the season, they were so thirsty for this type of information, for this instruction, for this guidance. And I realized there was something missing, and it really jazzes me. Like I'm an educator at heart. And so then the season I planned, a lot of those original students, not original students, but a lot of students came to see every show. And by the end of the season, came up to me and said, this was such a masterclass in how to do all of this, And everyone was different, but equally compelling. So I thought, there's a way to make this happen better. The theater needs great technological advancements, and I need a lot of money to do that. And I thought, let me develop a 501c3, which I thought was going to be a foundation, But through the process, we determined that it was best to make it a nonprofit theater company for performance art, education, and production. And so that's the way I can help the most.
How will the Artist Ambassador program work, and what kind of professionals are you looking to involve?
So this actually came about because of our last artist, Philip Officer, who came. And Philip did a show about Mabel Mercer, who's a very historical figure. And he's producing an album about Mabel Mercer. And, he needed some funding. And I thought, wait, this is an educational, historical document that Sabellox International might be able to help produce. And then I went, that's it. That's what the Artist Ambassadors are. They are my masterclass teachers, after some of the kids had likened the performance to that. Karen Mason, Bianca Marroquin, Sally Mays, Brent Barrett, these Broadway stars that came down, Jeff Harner, Natalie Douglas, these cabaret icons, they have something to teach and to deliver, either through masterclass or the performance. I thought, these are artist ambassadors. These are people who will make this journey for me and come to do this for me. And this is a way that I can then help to fund other projects.
What is your biggest dream or long-term vision for Sabellox International, both in Puerto Vallarta and globally?
Well, Shakespeare said it, and Henry Purcell said it to music. If music be the food of love, sing on. I think food for the soul is just as important as food for the body. And that is sort of my global mission. We can unite through this study of performing arts, acting, singing, dancing, moving through space together. It all unites us.
With bold plans and a heartfelt mission, David Sabella is positioning Sabellox International Incorporated to become a powerhouse for artistic growth, education, and cross-cultural collaboration. The spotlight is shining bright on this visionary project, and the curtain is just rising. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
All right, and I know you probably saw, all of this last week, this past Good Friday. Puerto Vallarta's Catholic community came together to commemorate the passion and death of Jesus through various, living stations of the cross. It's called Via Crucis Vivientes across the city. These reenactments where actors physically portray the events of Jesus' trial, suffering, and crucifixion took place in El Pitillal, the city center, the Malakon, and La Aurora, drawing large crowds and momentarily transforming the streets into living stages of faith. In El Pitillal, one of the Vallarta's most cherished traditions continued, led by Fernando Torres, Zabalza, and dedicated cast from Antorcha Gasma. Downtown, the Parroquia de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe organized a powerful reenactment through the historic streets, while on the Malakon, tourists and locals alike witnessed a striking seaside Via Crucis performed by the group Guerreros de Dios. Other neighborhoods, including La Aurora, Versalles, La Vena, Emiliano Zapata, and rural Ixtapa, also hosted their own processions, each adding to the city's collective spirit of reflection and devotion. Special accommodations were made for participants with disabilities, allowing everyone to take part in the sacred traditions. Overall, the city experienced a peaceful and heartfelt celebration of faith, reinforcing Puerto Vallarta's commitment to preserving its religious and cultural identity during Semana Santa. Thank you, Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, for this information. Also, all of the pictures and videos on this story.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of great, I mean, you gotta love holiday time in Vallarta. It's fun living in a tourist area. Of course, we get more traffic and more people, but the spirit of the holiday season is here. It sounds like you had a great weekend.
I did.
We had a great weekend. I hope everybody out there had a great weekend too.
I hope you did. I hope you learned a lot. There's a lot of culture, and there's still a lot of events, you know, during this season, even though it's now the low season.
It is. And we'd love to hear what you thought about this show. Changes are happening. Of course, we got the new set, but now we have new people on the set. We've got sports, we've got destinations, red hot happenings. This bigger set has just invited more people to it.
Oh yes, we'll have more surprises for you later on, but for now, we gotta say goodbye.
Goodbye to everybody, as
Have
Jesse
a good
said.
night. We'll see you next week.
Have a great night. Good night.